Howdy, Stillwater, and welcome back to the Sports Report. I'm Griff McClellan. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. We keep inching closer to March Madness every day, but first, work must be done for the Cowgirls. OSU takes on TCU in just a few hours, tip-off being at 1:30 Central in Kansas City. Meanwhile, the Cowboys take the court in their regular season finale versus BYU on Saturday. OSU visits Provo, Utah, with a less than stellar 12-18 record. Good evening, Cowboys, and welcome once again to the Oiler Ice Center in Tulsa. I'm Griff McClellan. Tonight is senior night for the Cowboys, which should be a pretty physical matchup with the New Mexico Lobos for the second night in a row. Oklahoma State looks to capitalize off of senior night energy following a difficult 5-2 loss. Oklahoma State looks to make the most of tonight, and it should be a fun one, so stick around. We'll have you covered. It's almost game time, folks, and before we start, I'm joined by Thomas Lambo. Thomas, it's senior night. What does this game and this night mean to you and your teammates?
It means a lot. A lot of the seniors are, it's going to be the last couple games that they're playing before they start with their real careers and everything. So we're going to show some lot of momentum and tempo to get this win for the boys for the last season of hockey.
Today we're at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, covering the Big 12 Championship. Remember to stay tuned all day. We'll have coverage throughout. We are now inside AT&T Stadium, getting ready for the game. As you see, pregame warm-ups are in full swing. Go Pokes! Stay tuned throughout the game for more coverage. OSU loses its fourth game of the season, but still a remarkable effort this season led by Ollie Gordon, who had a season for the ages. OSU comes up short of its ultimate goal, but still has a lot to be proud of. OSU now sets its sights on the Texas Bowl as they prepare to face the Texas A&M Aggies in a rematch of the Bowl 4 years ago when Texas A&M won 24-21. Hello everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Poke Report, your home for all things OSU athletics. I'm Griff McClellan.
And I'm Tony Wetmore, and we are here outside Gallagher-Iba Arena, where in just 12 days, Coach Boynton and the Cowboys will take on the Oklahoma Baptist Bison.
That's right, Tony. There is a lot to be excited about at GIA this season, not just basketball, but with wrestling as well. I can't wait to see what both these teams have in store this season. Tony, did you know that on average, soccer players run 7 miles per game?
Wow, I haven't played since middle school, but that sounds to be about right.
When we return, we're going to look at how student athletes manage their mental health, as well as all things football. Stay tuned.
What's your favorite part of homecoming, Griff?
I gotta say, the annual Homecoming in Hoops is an iconic event, as well as all these signs. It's an incredible display, as well as the Orange Fountain. It's hard to beat all that. I like the Cowboys at home, folks. Give me 30-27 OSU in an all-time classic in the final Bedlam match.
I see Chet. I see Josh Giddey, who we know more about because he hasn't been injured really. Which of these two players are you really excited about?
I'm really excited about Chet Holmgren. There are a lot of questions simply because he hasn't played an NBA game before. I consider him more like a rookie because he didn't play at all last season. What's up, everyone? Griff McClellan here outside of Gillette Stadium today, home of the 6-time Super Bowl champion New England Patriots, playing host to the 8-5 Kansas City Chiefs. Coming off a rare 2-game losing streak, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs look to get back in the win column following last week's meltdown. Meanwhile, New England's already eliminated from playoff contention, but can play the huge role of spoiler today, as a win would shake up the AFC playoff standings. Stay tuned throughout the day. I'll have coverage for you throughout. And of course, representing OSU today on the road, go Pokes.
We're excited to bring on Griff McClellan. Griff, what do you got for us?
Thanks, Dylan and Jonna. It's great to be here. And what better time of the year for college basketball fans? March Madness is coming up sooner and sooner by the day, and Selection Sunday is just a few days from now. Let's now dive into who we think could win the national championship. Personally, I think it's going to be the Iowa Hawkeyes. Why? 2 words. Caitlin Clark. Consider some of Clark's accolades this season. She's now the all-time leading scorer for not only women's basketball, but both women's and men's. Time to pick our national champions for the men's. My pick is interesting. It may or may not be the most popular pick, but I have the North Carolina Tar Heels winning it all. Here's why. This team is hungry for vengeance. After a rough 2023 season, missing March Madness, this team has rebounded nicely and restored its blue blood mentality. The last time UNC made March Madness, just 2 years ago, they reached the national championship as an 8 seed. This is a veteran-led team, and I think their experience will get them over the edge. Cowgirl tennis continues its hot streak, this time taking care of business in Lubbock, crushing the Texas Tech Red Raiders 6-1. OSU comes off a 12-2 triumph over Utah Tech, winning via run rule in 7 innings. In that game, Colin Bruggeman was hot at the plate, going 3 for 4 and driving in 4 RBIs. In NBA news, the Timberwolves narrowly secured a 113 111 win over the Indiana Pacers. And Anthony Edwards was the hero. Edwards matched his season-high 44 points and delivered in the clutch, not only by draining a go-ahead three with 1:11 to go, but also saving the day with a glorious last-second block to seal the game. Cowboy Wrestling comes off a 34-9 rout of, guess who, Oklahoma, last weekend and looks to continue dominance versus Iowa on Sunday. This match should be much more competitive. Iowa visits Stillwater with an 11-2 record, while OSU looks to defend its home mat and keep its undefeated season alive at 15-0.
I'm joined by OSU captain Jacob Thompson. Jacob, what is the team's mentality going into tonight following a dominant 16-point win last night?
Yeah, same mentality as last night. It's important to stick to our systems if we're playing kind of a team like this. So keep our systems going, really practice and fine-tune things up, especially for the next series coming on. So like offensive zone cycles, making sure breakouts are clean, stuff like that. So
Jacob Thompson, everybody. We'll see you around puck drop. Stay tuned throughout. It's going to be a great game.
Griff has thought of not only an On the State for February 28th, but also a leap year special for you guys. So enjoy the bonus. Griff, take it away.
We certainly do, Nathan. Tomorrow is a leap year. Only every 4 years. It's a pretty special day, so I figured it was fitting to include a doubleheader again, similar to what we did last week when we featured hockey. This week, both stories revolve around hockey. Let's get into it. February 28th, 1960, U.S. hockey wins its first gold medal. We mentioned its gold medal victory in 1980 versus the Soviet Union, passing the Miracle on Ice and ultimately defeating Finland. This time, their first gold medal came in a 9-4 win over Czechoslovakia. This took place in Olympic Valley, formerly Squaw Valley, California, near Lake Tahoe. Let's leap ahead 20 years. On February 29th, in this leap year, Hall of Famer and Detroit Red Wing legend Gordie Howe became the first NHL player to score at least 800 career goals.
Here with Coulter Clevenger following a 17-1 rout in Game 1 of Houston. Coulter, your initial reaction from tonight?
Well, I mean, games like this obviously wasn't the best competition, but you kind of got to not play down to their level and make sure we're doing the right fundamentals right and staying in our game and not focusing on what they are. And we got to just keep on top of our game and make sure we're doing the right things.
It's a wrap from Friday night. In Game 1 of this two-game series, Oklahoma State dominates Houston 17-1. 3 different Cowboys score a hat trick, and many other multiple goal scorers round out the score sheet.
Signing off for the Poke Report for the final time this semester, I'm Griff McClellan, and go Pokes.